With the new Johannesburg Mayor, Thapelo Amad, elected into office on Friday, the city will be waiting for him to give his administration's plan to alleviate load shedding. Ahmed was elected after Mpho Phalatse was ousted from office after numerous motions of no confidence. Eskom announced rolling power cuts for the weekend and for the next 18 to 24 months. Ahmed Kajee takes a look.
Ahmed is the duly elected mayor of the city of Johannesburg municipality. Thank you, councillors.
Johannesburg has a new mayor, and the new administration's strategy to combat load shedding in the metro municipality has not been outlined. On the day of her ousting, former mayor Mpho Phalatse and City Power held a media briefing to outline what her administration would do to combat load shedding, with a focus on the private sector and alternative energy sources.
But going out into the market now, City Power seeks to secure extra capacity from diversified energy sources, including solar, gas, battery storage, waste to energy, as well as the dispatchable option of gas to power. Ultimately, we're working towards procuring an additional 500 megawatts of electricity, which means offsetting up to stage 5 of load shedding.
Phalatse said the city would start an infrastructure fund of 400 million rand, funded by the private and public sector, which would be used to replace damaged and stolen infrastructure. With questions on whether the strategy will be implemented under the new mayor Thapelo Amad of Al Jamaa, former Eskom and City Power executive Vali Parayachi says all political parties should have had the same vision for reducing load shedding in Johannesburg.
I think they're all aligned in terms of the solutions. So there may be slight amendments here and there, but I think by and large, whichever coalition is in office at the time is addressing this crisis situation. Obviously, it debilitates and creates delays because the focus on the politics and not on the service delivery. And that's where I see the challenge. But otherwise, I would say politically, I think all political parties, all political coalitions are more than reasonably aligned in addressing this solution of addressing this electricity crisis.
Phalatse's administration also considered power supply from the private sector, but it's unclear whether this project will be taken up under the new administration.
City Power put out requests for proposals for short-term power purchase agreements, which is a program by City Power to secure energy from independent power producers for up to 36 months. This first round of RFPs went out in November 2022, with the closing date being the 10th of February 2023.
City Power put out a request for short-term power agreement proposals to secure energy from IPPs for up to 36 months. The request for proposals document was sent out in November 2022 and the closing date is on the 10th of February. Whether the new administration continues Phalatse's project, Parayachi says the private sector needs to be involved in power supply for the city.
I think it's very important. I think it's very, very important to get in the private sector to come in with the funding. But as we know in life, there's no such thing as a free lunch, right? So it may come at a cost. So in terms of the cost of capital to access that funding would be quite critical.
The city still awaits a detailed plan from the new administration on how it will be tackling load shedding. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ahmed Kajee in Johannesburg.